say all nations and 7.9 plus billions of humans. Yes, for this particular civilization sign off, I am going to sing 3 Christian songs. Two of them are Merry Christmas songs, and one is the crucifixion song about that crucifixion, and then one more song about that how and why entire population will proclaim louder that Jesus Christ is God and He is risen. Right? So altogether roughly 4 songs I will sing. So 3 in English and 1 in Tamil song. Okay? So the song goes like this. Go tell it on the mountains, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountains that Jesus Christ is born. While shepherds kept their watching, O silent folks by night, behold the throughout the heavens that stone a holy light. Go tell it on the mountains, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountains that Jesus Christ is born. The shepherd feared and trembled when Lord above the earth rang out the angel chorus that hailed our Saviour's birth. Go tell it to the mountains, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountains that Jesus Christ is born. Down in a lowly manger our humble Christ was born, and God sent us the salvation that blessed Christmas morn. Go tell it on the mountains, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountains that Jesus Christ is born. USA and all nations, I will sing just one paragraph from the Joy to the World because, to short down, to have the session short. Okay. Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive the King. Let every heart prepare Him to, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing. He rules the world with truth and grace, and makes the nations prove, and glory is of His righteousness, and wonders of His love, and wonders of His love, and wonders of His love. All nations and 7.9 plus billions of humans, I will sing this song. The song talks about that Jesus Christ resurrection, and it is an English song. And I will also sing one paragraph from the Jesus Christ resurrection song in Tamil, and then one Tamil crucifixion talks about the crucifixion song. Okay. He is Lord. He is Lord. He has risen from the dead, and He is Lord. Every knee shall bow, every tongue confess that Jesus Christ is Lord. Say all nations and 7.9 plus billions of humans. I will sing this. Jesus Christ is King of Jews, is resurrected, crown of all crowns, glory, right? Is resurrected song. It is Jesus Christ is a song about Jesus Christ's resurrection, and it is in a Tamil song. Okay, it is in Tamil. யூதராஜ சிங்கம் உயிர்த்தெழுந்தார், உயிர்த்தெழுந்தார் நரகை ஜெயித்தெழுந்தார் யூத ராஜசிங்கம் உயிர்த்தெழுந்தார் வேதாலக்கணங்கள் ஓடிடவே ஓடிடவே உருகி வாடிடவே யூத ராஜசிங்கம் உயிர்த்தெழுந்தார் வானத்தின் சேனைகள் துதித்திடவே துதித்திடவே பரனை துதித்திடவே யூத ராஜசிங்கம் உயிர்த்தெழுந்தார் மரணத்தின் சங்கிலிகள் தேறிப்பட்டன தேறிப்பட்டன நொடியில் மூறிப்பட்டன யூத ராஜசிங்கம் உயிர்த்தெழுந்தார் எழுந்தார் என்று தொன்னி எங்கும் கேக்குதே எங்கும் கேக்குதே பயத்தை என்றும் நீக்குதே யூத ராஜசிங்கம் உயிர்த்தெழுந்தார் மாந்த தூதரை கண்ட மகிழ்ந்தார் ஆக மகிழ்ந்தார் மரணை அவர் மகிழ்ந்தார் யூத ராஜசிங்கம் உயிர்த்தெழுந்தார். All nations and 7.9 plus billions of humans, and this song is about the Jesus Christ crucifixion process, how Jesus Christ was crucified just for being innocent, right, and just for displaying the true love of God. And the foolish Roman Empire people, they were blinded eyes and they could not see the innocence. So, but anyways, it is a song about the crucifixion song and how he had to undergo, Jesus Christ has to undergo all this crucifixion entire process, and why the bloodshed and why it is called as a Good Friday, right? Because he died for the sinners, and I wanted to save the people who are lost, who are gone astray, right? So that is through him, through the death, through the crucifixion, through the bloodshed. It is atonement. It's called as an atonement, and all the people can live free forever. All the shame, all the false persecution, all the false guilt, all the false shame of any nature will all be gone, and people can live freely forever with tears of joy alone. Okay, so this song is also in Tamil only. கல்வாரி அன்பை எண்ணிடும் வேளை கண்கள் கலங்கிடுதே கர்த்தாவும் பாடுகள் இப்போதும் நினைத்தால் நெஞ்சம் நெகிழ்ந்திடுதே அல்வாரி அன்பை எண்ணிடும் வேளை கண்கள் கலங்கிடுதே கர்த்தாவும் பாடுகள் இப்போதும் நினைத்தால் நெஞ்சம் நெகிழ்ந்திடுதே கெத்செமனே பூங்காவினில் கதறியழும் ஓசை கெத்செமனே பூங்காவினில் கதறியழும் ஓசை எத்தீசையும் தோணிக்கின்றதே எங்கள் மனம் திகைக்கின்றதே கண்கள் கலங்கிடுதே கல்வாரி அன்பை எண்ணிடும் வேளை கண்கள் கலங்கிடுதே கர்த்தாவும் பாடுகள் இப்போதும் நினைத்தால் நெஞ்சம் நெகிழ்ந்திடுதே சிலுவையில் வாட்டி வதைத்தனரோ உம்மை செந்நிறமாக்கினரோ சிலுவையில் வாட்டி வதைத்தனரோ உம்மை செந்நிறமாக்கினரோ அப்போதும் அவர்காய் வேண்டினீரோ அன்போடு அவர்களை கண்டீரன்றோ அப்பாவும் மனம் பெரிதே அப்பாவும் மனம் பெரிதே கல்வாரி அன்பை எண்ணிடும் வேளை கண்கள் கலங்கிடுதே கர்த்தாவும் பாடுகள் இப்போதும் நினைத்தால் நெஞ்சம் நெகிழ்ந்திடுதே. Say, and all nations and 7.9 plus billions of humans. I also want to read a chapter from the Holy Bible, and it is a New International Version, okay, and it has 16 verses, and I sure will read it and hope to have not longer session, okay. So it is the Psalms 91, and it is New International Version, and this is how the verses goes. Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in whom I trust. Surely He will save you from the fowler's snare and from the deadly pestilence. He will cover you with His feathers, and under His wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness will be your shield and rampart. You will not fear the terror of night, nor the arrow that flies by day, nor the pestilence that stalks in the darkness, nor the plague that destroys at midday. 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. You will only observe with your eyes and see the punishment of the wicked. If you say, the Lord is my refuge, and you make the Most High your dwelling, no harm will overtake you, nor disaster will come near your tent. For He will command His angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. They will lift you up in their hands, so that you will not strike your foot against a stone. You will tread on the lion and the cobra. You will trample the great lion and the serpent. Because He loves me, says the Lord, I will rescue him. I will protect him, for he acknowledges my name. He will call on me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life I will satisfy him and show him my salvation. Dear USA, all nations and 7.9 plus billions of humans, one more time, I hope we are all on the same page on this very, very, very important and very crucial civil justice closure sign-off that is I'm providing for myself, right? And I've been educating you all that it is a multitasking. So that means in this session, all the 7.9 plus billions of humans, each national government, okay, worldwide across the globe, will get the fire proof of how I, Vethapriya, the wisest woman, eradicated COVID-19 plague. Remember, if we are in same page in the earlier education, the sessions I provided as of January 25th, 24th was Sunday-ish, and that Sunday, Monday-ish, I provided that I eradicated the COVID-19 plague. Remember? And you all might be tracing that puzzle now, and it got solved with this session. Okay, so you all might be shouting with the loudest, happiest, and shedding tears of joy. Oh wow, this particular lady is indeed wisest lady after all, right? So it was looking as if I was only signing of civil justice for myself. But then I also been educating you all, watch out for the keywords Republica, watch out keywords for $1,000 billion medical compensation, like that. Meaning they all have hidden puzzles, my dear fellow mankind, and I'm going to educate you all on what are those puzzles behind that. Okay? Yes, I am aware that the United States of America is $22 trillion deficit. But then, yes, in civil justice book of law, all these dollars, that costliest dollars, right, it's only cheapest after all. If you're going to see the damages done, when you're comparing with the damages done to the population on the brain nerve cells, whatever I am asking for the medical compensation is very cheapest after all. Right, when doctors who went to Harvard Law School and Harvard Medical School were not able to provide a healthy pricing for the damages or a disability cost, then I am educating them, hey, this is how these victims of abuse, patients billing processing should be, the claims processes should be, right? So that means one side educating how government should operate, one side I'm educating public awareness and birthrights for the civilians, for them to get educated on what exactly is going on and why USA government and all the national government is broken in pieces. It will take next 50,000 years to fix, like that, right? That means it is a combination of a multitasking. And then I'm also providing healthy solutions so that software world is also getting ready for them to start their job to do the coding, right? Because I have to step in and all I have to do is just provide boom, 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 design 1, design 2, design 3, like that, and that's all I have to do. I have to only educate them. This is how you have to write the code, and this is how the medical services must provide the services. This is how the military operations should work. Means that is the healthy guidelines that can be provided by only a true leader, and the true leader always stands out in the crowd. Okay, and because the governance is so perfect, there is no errors in the leadership. Okay, there is no room for error in the leadership. So that is why when there is a job assigned and job signed off means it should be a perfect hiring process, right? So then I already educated, all the nations are wanting me only to be their national leaders. And they're wanting me only to be the supreme civil judge for the nations. Means the competition is very high. So how many nations are there? 193 nations. All the 193 nations, regardless of islands or whatever, they wanted me only to be the leaders. But then, why I'm saying I want to sign up the job offer with the United States of America means then I can provide all the healthy solutions. Okay. So then, what more you all have to know? Yes, I'm providing almost like a 10-minute session with the songs, right, for the testimony in the initial part, and then I'm talking about this, what this session is all about, right? It's an overview, the heads up mood kind of. And then, okay, now let me come to that Republica keyword. Okay, so can you all must be, you all want to provide only fist bump, being aware, oh wow, this lady, she just nailed the crime just like that, like a piece of cake, like meaning nobody was able to nail it down. And versus I was able to nail it down means who am I? Keep working on that task, okay? Yeah, so that means why I was specifically using the word Republica. Okay, see now, for all along Pope Francis have been fooling around, right? So now with this word Republica, he cannot fool anymore. Got it? Okay, so what is this all about? Jesus Christ, right? He's never a Republican. He's never a Democrat. Now tell me, what is Pope Francis going to say about that? Got it? I know you all are laughing along with me. I sure will laugh with you all too, right? So either Pope Francis, right, the Roman province Jesuits leader, the Vatican leader, the Satan, the Antichrist, the Lucifer, should say to the world he knows who is Jesus Christ. Or Pope Francis should say he has never even heard about the word Jesus Christ or infant Jesus or Hail Mary, Virgin, Ave Maria, the Salve Regina, the Hail Holy Queen. And it will be super fun, right? And then he has to sell, the Pope Francis also have to say to the world, in front of the world, whether he knows what is Republica word, or he should say he has never heard of the word Republica when St. Peter's Basilica Cathedral, Roman Cathedral Church in Italy, Vatican, is itself as a Republica church, right? So can you all see how I nailed on that crime just like that, like a piece of cake? Meaning the Pope Francis cannot escape the death penalty in the volcano in Hawaii. And it is all God's timing, my dear fellow mankind. Okay? And then, so now you all got it. What is the multi-layer of the multitasking part of it? Right? So, you all got the understanding of Republica. Right? So then what more you all wanted to know? This particular civil justice, Pope Francis is from which hometown? He is from South America, right? So this session is all about South America, and then defaults to Mexico, Central America, and those islands around that South America continent as well. So he again got caught red-handed, right? He is a hometown of South America, meaning his family being Italy background or whatever that European background, this is hometown is South America, and 99.99 population are in South America or what? Roman Catholic Christian population, my dear fellow mankind. Okay, and that means how much of filth. If you want to know filth, a definition for filth, that is South America. We are all aware of it, right? And that is just one part of it. And South America don't have to feel any shame about it, because there is an innocence identified, and I am going to free South America after 50,000 years back. I am going to free South America now, this moment. That it, from the slavery, chains of slavery provided by Pope Francis, the Satan, the Lucifer. And what is the more layer you all wanted to know? Those people have been enslaved by Spanish, Portuguese, right? Those European nations, the British, even Queen Elizabeth is still ruling South America. And that is why South America is having a lot of poverty, living in less than $1 a day, and the poverty is being exploited. And that is why if you see a lot of drugs scam and the prostitution and the sexual immorality, because these are all in all the nations, even in United States, even in Europe, and even in Asian nations, even in Islam nations, everywhere it is there. But then why I wanted to provide that address into the attention for the South America landmass is because Pope Francis is God of USA, and his hometown is South America. Then there should never have been any of these adverse sex situations in South America. Got it? And 4 years ago, I don't know whether it was during the President Trump admin period or time frame, or President Obama time frame, there was a Zika virus, remember? And it directly damages the brain nerves of the babies. So pregnant women in the South America was a target goal to be destroyed, and it was again created by Pope Francis only. Sadly, those 99.9 Roman Catholics of South American population, they were addressing only Pope Francis as a God, and the Papa means dad, right? But then they never knew that he only backstabbed them and created and enforced the Monsanto, the Pfizer, all the Merck and the Bayers and BASF, as in all the pharmaceuticals and agro-fertilizer company, to create that Zika virus using that mosquitoes, right? And you all aware of it, and how much of tension and how much of emotional torture the people had to undergo exclusively in South America. And also they were being tagged on with a shame, right? When they are going to deliver the birth defect babies, they will be left out to be mocked and bullied, right? And some of the pregnant women, they have to throw those babies on the road and they have to run away. So that means those babies have been becoming orphanages, and then it's all a scandal and a scandal. Even orphanages, Roman Catholic created orphanages, are only scandal only. I'm going to provide all the crime after crime, and Pope Francis will puke worms after worms, and he will jump on the volcano and be in ashes. Wait, watch and see. He cannot escape the wrath of God, of true Christianity. Whatever he did to humankind, he has to pay the price, my dear fellow mankind. Right? So, this is what it is all about. So, if you all understood what is Republica, the scandal behind, and then the Zika virus, right? Today, tell me what is Dr. Fauci and Dr. Prince going to do about that? And even during that time only, it was during President Obama's administration only, the Ebola virus was widely impacting the Africans, innocent African population in Africa continent, Sierra Leone and Congo, like that. But then there again, it was only because of my wisdom education alone, boom, boom, boom. The President Obama administration were quickly able to respond to those, and then able to provide emergency need, send the nurses and first responders from America to Africa, and that's to contain it. Meaning, even it took 2 to 3 years to provide the drugs for them. Okay, but it's still on the only very, very starting ages. Okay, meaning the Zika virus and the Ebola, it's all in the only starting ages only. Meaning this Ebola virus was also created by Queen Elizabeth II only, and I proved it with a fireproof. Okay, and that is how the President Obama admin was able to immediately, quickly, faster than robo, they were able to provide immediate response like that. Okay, so I was just only educating, nothing less than short of wisdom. So, and that is a life proof of my accomplishment, right? But then, yes, the Africans, my blood drops in Africa, they never knew that I was the one who provided the wisdom education, and that's how the USA government impacted immediately to send the first responders, and quickly they were able to do whatever they can. And it was a similar way. I don't know whether the Zika virus was during the President Trump admin time or President Obama time frame. Both the administration, they listened to me only, and immediately there also they only provided the immediate response, and they brought that to the control mode. So then obviously this COVID-19 came, and we all know it's a scam, right? And that is a proof. And I proved it that it is Pope Francis, Queen Elizabeth II only, they are the COVID-19 plague, and that is why they created the plague themselves. And that is the proof of this final session. So why I am saying this final session means, if you have been in the same page, I've been using all the statues. So you all might be wondering, why is this stupid lady is using statues for this civil justice out of nowhere? Means, again, I have to say, in the court of law, when a civil lawyer is working on that excellent civil justice process, the people sitting, being the audience, the spectators, they will never have any clue what the civil lawyer is going all about. Is he crazy like that? But then the very final second, like, when the final moment the crime is nailed down, then only the audience and the spectators will understand. Okay, so there is that need, that wisdom processing. And for a user layman way, that I already educated about that movie, right? A Few Good Men movie, where only in the last few seconds of that court scene only everybody will know what exactly happened, and that's how it is. That is how the civil justice jurisdiction process works. Okay, so out of all the multitasking, what I did, I solved Ebola virus, I solved Zika virus, I solved COVID, I eradicated COVID-19 plague, right? And I displayed the absolute monarchs, the Satans, to the USA in front of all nations, because they cannot run and hide. Pope Francis cannot ask help from any of his military itself, or even the Vatican military, the St. Peter's Basilica military people are also hiding behind me only, because they all know that I am the true owner of all nations. So nobody will listen, nobody will be dare enough to provide any kind of help to these Satans. That is itself the deadliest crime. So then, you all got, I also displayed Republica, so you all understood how the software logic works, right? It looks as if it repetitive, right? Because I've been only using, if you see the write-up in the civil justice also repetitive, means that is how the software program logic also functions. Okay, it will always go towards that logic, hit, and then at one point in time, boom, it will display that error. So now I was going in order and sequence only. So now I come to the out of that statues list of civil justice, this one is the final one. Means this proves that Pope Francis is indeed the Antichrist. Okay, so that is why this session might be a little bit longer, but still it confirms, right? It confirms with the proof. And yes, I've been saying that world is ending for good, right? That means whatever the national operations are broken, will be gone. Okay, so then there will be two new different set of people will be hired, new teams will be set into the form, and then I will provide the organization structure, hierarchy, like that. Everything will be organized, everything will be structured, and even the law writing, reform, everything I will provide. So you all don't have to worry, not even one nation have to worry about that. So that is a part of the multitasking part. Then what more you all have to know in this session, what I have included. So this there is one statue in the South America, right? It's called as a Jesus Christ the Redeemer statue, which is one of the tallest statue, right? So whoever built that statue must have shed tears in prayers in and asking God, God, please God, dear God, please, for heaven's sake, please send, God send angels someday, one fine day, let it be whenever, just send in God's labor time, and just have all the nations to be freed from this deadliest scandal of Vatican, because people were undergoing through only hell worldwide. No matter what, this Pope Francis teams in different versions, they were wearing a mask and illusion, and they were destroying every piece, humanity worldwide. And South America became that one of the landmass as well. But then this statue was built to prove, hey, one fine day, Jesus Christ will be born. Jesus Christ will be grown up. Jesus Christ will stand up in front of the nations and will testify whatever happened for hell and how the death penalty will be provided and what will be the future. And it is this statue, it is absolutely exactly predicted in Holy Bible, and that is what is happening right now, word by word. So world is ending for good, so be happy on that part. Okay, do not fear, oh no, why this world is ending, what will happen, will we have to get out of the earth, or will the earth will blast, like that. No, don't worry about that. Okay, and then what more you all have to know is, so because of the scandal provided by this absolute monarchs, right? Remember, I always educated how population were cursing the true God. Oh, why true God, you are providing this mother nature, natural disasters, and or orphans, or death, or widows, or divorce, or hell, toxic relationship, backstabbers, killing, slavery, hatred, discrimination, whatever you name it, for unhealthy stuff, right? But people were not able to figure out the true cause, who's the root cause. But then again, I was the one who was educating, hey guys, hey my fellow mankind, when God of true Christianity is an agape love, means unconditional love, means without expecting, providing cleanest love, pollution free love, clean love, virgin love, naive love, right? So that means that is how the God created. So why would the God, after spending that much labor and in detail, he created each and every single creation in his own image and in his own talent, everything is different. If you're going to see between a man and a woman, different, and man also different, women and women is also different. If you're going to choose a lion and a lion, also different, and a dog also different. That means every creature is a God's masterpiece. So why would, after spending that much of labor and love, why would even the God of true Christianity would even bother to create hell? So that's that moment the humans started to think, oh my gosh, we forgot that wisdom. Oh, this lady, this Vethapriya is a wonderful, excellent teacher, the guide that all nations wanted forever. Right? Because always a healthy guidance alone is enough for the civilians to walk in the wisdom ways. Because yes, on default level, humans are flawed, right? They are too errors human, and the eyes will be blinded. But then when there is always a wisdom pathways direction, like a traffic policeman or like a music director, composer in an orchestra, that is all is needed for the people. Oh, they'll take the cue. Oh, okay, this is foolish. Okay, we'll trash that foolish ways. Is this a wisdom way they haven't? Oh, okay, we'll choose. That means even when the foolish ways is given on their hands as a temptation, they'll just throw it on the garbage. They'll just run only in the wisdom ways. Now tell me, for whatever happened, so that means what is the life proof? For the entire year 2020, that is 365 days, people were tortured emotionally, on a memories level, everything. Day-to-day chores were destroyed. But then, looking at this Jesus Christ Redeemer statue in South America, what would have done? What would those people would have done? Tell me. They would have done what? They would have cursed that statue. They would have cursed it, right? They would have cursed, and that is the normal how that frustrated super mad brain functions. It is a normal operation, because once when civilians are witnessing the injustice, the blood will boil, and only out of blood boil they will shout, they will use curse words, cursing, everything. But just provide the healthy environment, peaceful environment, happy environment, then the people will never even bother to use any of those curses. So then, who made those innocent people to curse the true God? In South America, looking at that statue, Pope Francis. Got it? Can you see how these people have been fooling the absolute monarchs have been fooling the population all the time? And the life proof is year 2020. It's not very far off. Just 2 months left. We are only in February of 2021. Right? So then, even in that painful mode, those people, they came up with all the national flags worldwide, and they just wanted to highlight it on that statue to make sure that whatever blood shed by the Jesus Christ on the cross, the atonement, because it is through the bloodshed of the Jesus Christ alone all the people who are sinners can live free forever, with shame taken away of any type. It can be any type, any severity will be taken away. Guilt of anything can be taken away. Means people knows, that is why people worldwide are a fanatic love of Sacred Heart Jesus Christ and Immaculate Heart Ave Maria. Okay, because of the purest heart, it is of the cleanest heart, right? It is there is no pollution there. So only why, that's how the God will choose that kind of a hearted people, means because only those people can display the truth is truth, correct is correct, wrong is wrong, at the cost of being mocked, hated. So those are the attributes. Okay, and what is the attributes of them on the highest level? A true Israelite, Christian, Jew of Israel, Judah, Jerusalem is the first attribute. They can never ever hurt fellow mankind. They fear only God, and they will die for true God, no matter what. They'll close their eyes. They'll not listen to anybody. They will just die only for true God. They fear only true God, nobody else. And these are all the telltale signs, and their wisdom is highest level. Meaning even the ordinary genius code of population also will not even understand their wisdom. And there is another word for understanding called comprehend, right? So that's a processing to understand what is the complex versus the simplest, and translating the complex in the simplest form to reach out to the population. That is an excellent communication process. It is the toughest task, because they have to understand the complex and translate it in a simplest way, layman way, user-friendly way, right? So these are all the things. So now tell me what either Pope Francis has to say. He knows where is Rio, Brazil, South America, and this Jesus Christ Redeemer statue. Or Pope Francis has to say to the world, he has never heard about Brazil, never ever heard about the Jesus Christ Redeemer statue. He never knows South America, when his hometown is only South America. Can you all see how I nailed on the crime just like that? So when I'm saying nailed down, there's a little bit of puzzle here, and it is also traced to the task I gave you. Remember the fun task? Hey people, hey population, hey nations and governments, work on who am I? It all traces on that. So you keep working on it. It's a clue. I'm giving a clue or hint here and there, right? So yes, I nailed down the crime in an excellent, perfect way. And yes, United States of America, be it Republican government and the Democrat government, are the happiest people. And yes, President Joe Biden should get out of the White House, means it is the healthiest process he can do, because the crime is superseding, my dear fellow mankind, right? It is superseding. And I already said I can bail President Joe Biden. That's all I can do, right? So that is the least I can do. And I want him to only enjoy his retirement life in a healthy way, right? So yes, this crime of this Pope Francis is highest level. And one more important prediction, whatever is happening is, Pope Francis will get out of his, will resign abruptly, means he will end the entire papacy, the papal organization, the Roman Province Jesuits organization, right, in Vatican, in United States of America, worldwide, all will be sealed and shut down abruptly. For human endangerment, for holy marriage endangerment, for child endangerment, for humanity endangerment, for national operation endangerment, and for finally created the COVID-19 plague with a recent proof. Okay, so then what is one more thing I have to include, which I felt that might be the rightful proof that can add on to this decision process for the USA to sign off job offer to me immediately, means there was a French physicist who is a doctor, right? And his name is Nostradamus. So when I was working on the poverty-free Earth end of the year 2030 volunteer project, I was analyzing. I was in an analyzing mode. Means brain will always be solve the puzzle mode only. You all know when you'll be working on puzzle games, even in your iPhone or phones, or in your board games like that, how your brain will be always focusing and working on solve the puzzles, right? So like that for me, I was hitting on every single sources that was available on the earth to see why poverty, how poverty, what poverty, when poverty, why never-ending poverty. Means once when I get the correct answers for them, then I'm just nailing out the true criminals, right? So then that under that category came the astrology only. So that means there was a Da Vinci Code, right? He's an all-rounder, right? And meaning he's having own talent on his end, that is in art and music, scientist, everything, and astrology like that. And so he's an all-rounder. So I was analyzing, and then I left it as it. Then I came across this Nostradamus, and he's a French doctor. So, and that means he must have learnt all the anatomy, everything, blah, 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 and also the psychiatrist or psychology, everything that comes under the umbrella of medicine only. So then he became like a prophecy kind of a person, because later on probably he might have seen all this disastrous health that was going on in his generation. Probably he might be even in the French Revolution that was going through. Even as of today, nobody knows what exactly the French Revolution, but they all know that people were tortured, and how Napoleon Bonaparte handcuffed the Pope, and how that scandal became to be the Sicily Archbishop and the French leader to become the co-princes of Andorra, Spain. Means that all reveals that scandal only, the French Revolution scandal up front. So I nailed that part as well. Then that Normandy, D-Day, blah, 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 all the wars in the France, only USA was puppet. So I nailed that also, nailed down that crime also. Hey, USA, be aware, this France is so cunning. They wanted all the younger generation of USA to die on the war front, and that's why in the name of war they were making a mockery out of that USA military. That's how they abuse the military like this. That scandal is also proved and solved. Then if you see this Nostradamus, he became in like a prophecy kind of thing. Then in one of his prophecy, he says, I will read out the text, and I am adding that clipping in the video for the proof. Okay, the great star for 7 days shall burn,
so nakedly clear, like two suns appearing, the large dog all night howling, while the great pontiff shall change his history. Okay, so this needs some wisdom to understand, right? Because it is like almost in this code of Morse code, the military defense code. I said, right? Remember, each generation era, people always never tell the direct criminals just like that, because they are survival mode and the prosecution was severity highest worldwide. They just cannot say the true criminals' names upfront, loudest. So that means I am the only one human saying it loudest means what? I am born, that's all. Born to save entire nation. One soldier is enough. One soldier of God is enough. I am abruptly saying, shouting loudest and saying the true criminals is this. Hey, just throw them on the volcano means nobody in the earth, in entire human kingdom life cycle, they never said whatever I was saying, even including the Holy Bible forefathers. They were all only providing hidden puzzles only, because they know that the moment they're going to say the truth, the prosecution is going to be severity highest. Survival mode. So what is the meaning of the sentence? I will repeat it one more time. Read it slowly, okay? The great star for 7 days shall burn, so nakedly clear, like two suns appearing, the large dog all night howling, while the great pontiff shall change his history. His territory means he is this forefather. I don't know him and he don't know me. That itself is a proof that how God is God always, right? So, but he predicted it is I, Vethapriya, right? The great star for 7 days shall burn means what? Will be born. And star of light means the star of God's light, the God's light, right? Shining like the light. They say shine like a light means God's light, right? It is written in the Holy Bible. Then, so nakedly clear means what I'm saying. I am saying the raw truth, right? I'm also saying, hey, please digest the truth as is. Okay, like that means I'm not sugarcoating. I'm not providing some kind of a glossy like this to make it look glossy, shiny like that. No, I am saying it in raw truth means like just like that, as is smooth. So that's what the meaning of so nakedly clear. Yeah, the other words for that is crystal clear communication. So who provides crystal clear communication? Always a true Israelite, tribe, Christian Jew of Israel, Judah, Jerusalem. They only can communicate clearly. They only can unlock all the complex puzzles just like that. And it is known worldwide by the non-Christians and the non-Christians or the Babylonians. Even the Christianity who are addressing themselves are also Babylonians. They proved it. So Babylonians are aware that only the true Israel is the wisest enough to decode all the puzzles, complex. So that's what that means. So then the large dog. Okay. So we all are in that same page, right? Queen Elizabeth II and Europeans, they were one time selling African Americans as slaves, right? Even in the United States. And they want to figure out a word for that. And they came up with the N word. Okay, and then later on these foolish people only thought, oh no, there were some few good men somewhere here and there in each generation, right? So they were not able to withstand that torture, seeing that African Americans being name called like that. So they came up with a banning that N word for a certain amount of fine or something like that. But still, there is an indirect way of discriminating and providing that sub-classification as well. And today, with my education, everything will be gone. Okay, so don't worry about that. But then, so that means what? Europeans name calls dog. Dogs means they name call Asians as dogs. The British, when they were ruling India, they used to mock Indians as dogs only. Okay, so then, now you got it. Why this forefather has to use that word large dog? It might look as if this doctor, the educated one, is insane or weirdo or some kind of a brutal himself. Why he even have to use the word large dog, right? But there's a hidden purpose behind it. You're all aware of it right now. In his era, the London, Britain, the Europe nations were name calling fellow mankind as dogs. That was a normal way of addressing the people, and the Asians have to still live with that kind of a shame when being called as dog. They have to live with that mode or die mode, survival mode. So then he has to use that itself as a puzzle, meaning he provided an indirect sharpest tool in that word itself, meaning only the large dog. The all-night howling means all the pet animal owners might be aware that their pet animals they are the absolute communicators to their pet owners. Meaning, even the pet animal owners will be feeling they are so low in wisdom level, because they are so perfect communicators, and sometimes they will not understand, like how when a baby is crying the parents will not understand, right? Like that, when the pet animals are wanting to communicate something to the pet owners will not understand why this pet animal is shouting, or even in the modulation of their barking, everything changes. There is a way they communicate, whether they want to go out or whether they want to pee or anything they communicate it in the sounds itself. In a modulation of the sound, pet owners can easily identify. And so he wanted to use that as a large dog. Now what is the puzzle he was really meaning it? For human naked eyes, it is dog. But what is the wisdom process eyes will see? Reverse that word called dog. What it is meaning? It says God. It's the same as live. Reverse it. It's meaning evil. And reverse lived. Reverse that word. It's called devil. Right? So people were working on these words to provide in an indirect Morse code mode. So he was indirectly educating, reaching out to the population in that prosecution mode, that hey, true God's an angel, true God's an soldier of God, right? True God's an image of God, God himself, will come, will shout loudest, and educate the wisdom that and display with a fire proof of Vatican scandal to the all nations. So he is a French doctor, so he should have known that United States of American government will be guided on a rightful time in God's labor by I am that I am. He never predicted it will be Vethapriya like that in his writer. Can you see that? So that means that itself is a life proof that God chosen only can understand all the complex and can explain it in a simplest layman form to all the population, and that is what I am doing. With God given wisdom only I am explaining. So this is also a life proof of how Pope Francis will resign immediately. So this sessions which I've been working on the statues is only one part. There is more sessions which I'll be doing, and which I'll be writing the sign of means. It's all related to how Pope Francis is going to resign mode, death penalty mode, and one side, then I get civil justice for myself, then I get civil justice for entire human kingdom, then I get the rightful financial compensation for myself, then I get the rightful financial compensation for mankind, then I also get the job offer signed off, then I start the job, then I provide the design solutions, right? So broken organizations, government operations will be working. So that team who are in the broken government operation will be working on that. On the other side, there will be two new team formation will be formed, and new will be created, and the population will not even know how the old broken will be gone in ashes, and the new government, new organization structure, new law, new amendments, and new declaration of independence, everything new means it will be super heaven, where all the nations will live only in heaven. So I have to step in and provide those guidelines. Okay, so that is all the overview is all about. Okay, and now I will go and read that write-up, the civil justice sign-off, which I always be reading to you all. Okay, so it is, for I, Vethapriya PROSE, proved scandal of absolute monarchs and proved Pope Francis's Roman Empire King Herod as of February 2021, and any salary, as in tax-free billions of dollars, USA government can provide effective, immediate, using direct deposit to my bank account to I am that I am Vethapriya PROSE, native Indian tribe, true Israelite tribe, Christian Jew of Israel, Judah, Jerusalem, true owner of all nations worldwide, can help me. So scandal phases of Republica Europe nations worldwide is Republica Jesus Christ the Redeemer statue in Rio, Brazil, South America. Never educated USA Republican government can never enforce poverty, and USA can never create a robocall poverty mandate to I, Vethapriya PROSE, a true civil lawyer, true civil doctor, and true civil supreme judge, and it is fatal negligence of Jesus Christ the Redeemer statue in Rio, Brazil, South America, to be fatal negligence. Either USA government should say knows who is Republica Jesus Christ the Redeemer statue in Rio, Brazil, South America, or either USA government should say don't know who is Republica Jesus Christ the Redeemer statue in Rio, Brazil, South America. So what is the error? Jesus Christ the Redeemer statue in Rio, Brazil, South America created the robocall poverty mandate, and it is deadliest crime, and it comes under the classification of domestic violence and subclassification of breach of duty, intentional infliction of emotional distress, causation of an injury, and battery and types, and assault and types, and false imprisonment and types, treachery to land and types, and trespass to chattels. Okay. So I also want to read this write-up which I provided in the screenshot as well in the video clipping. It is I, Vethapriya PROSE, true civil lawyer, true civil doctor, true civil supreme judge, already educated all nations, that I eradicated COVID-19 plague as of January 2021, and we are in February 2021 is the proof. So I, Vethapriya PROSE, proved it is absolute monarchs, Pope Francis, Queen Elizabeth II, and faces of Pope Francis, the Satans, the Lucifer, the Antichrist, worldwide are the hell creators, the Lucifers, the Antichrist, created COVID-19 plague in United States of America. It's never in Wuhan, China. So, wisest only can understand my wisdom education, and foolish will mock me. Absolute monarchs, Satans, never written in Holy Bible Book of Life, and for destroyed national operations, holy marriage law, created COVID-19 plague worldwide, and for created any diseases, allies, disability of any form to mankind worldwide. Absolute monarchs classified as deadliest wild endangered species, and national operations endangerment species, human endangerment species, and disqualified to live in holiest earth, and according to the Holy Bible guidelines of death penalty process, absolute monarchs must get out of earth now, only in lake of fire in Hawaii only. So Pope Francis, Satan, Antichrist, Lucifer is proved, and Pope Francis must resign now, and I, Vethapriya Pope PROSE, should be Vatican leader now with civil justice served for entire human kingdom worldwide. I, Vethapriya PROSE, own the text for ongoing civil justice sign-off. So this is a new write-up which I had to provide it, okay, and then I will continue with the regular last part of the civil justice sign-off. I, Vethapriya PROSE, true civil lawyer, true civil doctor, true civil supreme judge, own the text for ongoing civil justice sign-off, Republica Jesuits sign-off, because the United States of America with fatal negligence created the robocall poverty mandate and enforced poverty for me, and that is a crime of USA, and USA nation do not have any birthright to enforce poverty for me. Okay, then the Republica Jesus Christ, the Redeemer, the statue in Rio, Brazil, South America, with fatal negligence, failed to educate USA cannot create robocall poverty mandate, and by default created Republica USA robocall poverty mandate. Now you all able to trace that Roman province Jesuits organization is why it is called as a Republica means they changed the word from Jesus to Jesuits. So that is a French word. So that is an Islam, Judaism, communism, paganism word. Telling that, hey, all nations, we are going to destroy true Christianity no matter what. Live with it, die with it mode. But not anymore. Okay, they are all those organizations will be sealed and shut down. So they, with that fatal negligence only, they provided, and now we all know how Republican government of USA provided the enforcement poverty for me. Right, to I Vethapriya PROSE, and Republica government GOP leader Mitch McConnell is slave to Pope, President Trump is slave to Pope, Supreme Court Judge Brett Kavanaugh in October 2000 is also slave to Pope. They only enforced poverty mandate to I Vethapriya PROSE abruptly on October 2018, and Republica government of United States of America took away $4,500 in October 2018 abruptly, and enforced finance debt of $10,210.38 since October 2018, October 2019, October 2020, and as of today in February 2021. So it is a crime for Republica Jesus Christ the Redeemer statue in Rio, Brazil, South America. When ruling USA, never educated USA should never provide enforced poverty to I Vethapriya PROSE. So civil justice for me is I Vethapriya PROSE want United States of America Citibank CEO to pay off my debt $10,210.38 in full and sign off tax-free $4,500 direct deposit to my bank account. And Jesus Christ the Redeemer statue in Rio, Brazil, South America must should sign of tax-free $1,000 billion and direct deposit to my bank account, and at fault and found guilty Holy Highness God of USA, Queen Elizabeth, Pope Francis. At this point of time, I also want to include either Queen Elizabeth II should say knows who is Jesus Christ, the Redeemer statue in South America, or Queen Elizabeth II being Holy Highness God of USA should say never heard about Jesus Christ, the Redeemer statue in South America. It will be super fun. And it is also same for Pope Francis as well. Okay, and then Republica government of USA will provide the needful help accordingly to be on the same page. So for I displayed, absolute monarch is the true creators of COVID-19 plague and all the health creators worldwide. I Vethapriya PROSE want United States of America to rename the Lord Ripon building in Tamil Nadu, India after my name as Vethapriya as civil justice served. And I Vethapriya PROSE to become the Vatican leader now is civil justice served. And Pope Francis resigns abruptly now is civil justice served. And I Vethapriya PROSE become Supreme Chief Civil Judge for all nations is civil justice served. And I Vethapriya PROSE become Supreme Chief Family Law Judge for all nations is civil justice served. And I Vethapriya PROSE to become Global Poverty Relief Medical Director Chief for all nations to lead and guide World Bank, United Nations organizations, World Health Organization, Center for Disease Control, Department of Children Family, Department of Health Services, Department of Justice, Department of Revenue, Department of Agriculture, Department of Imports Exports, Department of Military, etc. across in all nations across the globe is civil justice served. And I Vethapriya PROSE to be the ambassador for all nations starting with India is civil justice served. And I Vethapriya to be the to get the dual citizenship of USA and India now is civil justice served. And yes, my dear fellow mankind, with all this overview and all the songs and with this civil justice sign off, it might be close to 2 hours, but be patient, because be aware this crucial this civil justice sign off is going to save the entire human kingdom worldwide. And yes, provide my testimony telecast broadcasters worldwide. It is very important, and all nations must work on fixing this issue which I am providing, because when this issue is fixed, everything else is fixed is the wisdom. Okay, thank you all for your time. Take care. Bye now.